All right. Ooh, I'm looking real Afrocentric today. Hi, everyone. Let me adjust my screen. It's very big. And I'm going to put the link to Ask Me Anything in the chat. And then I'll pin it as well. All right. Hey, everybody. Happy Friday. If you are new here, my name is Jocelyn, and I'm the founder of Maximize Money. And my goal is to help you make more money with the money you already have without trading your time for it. So everything that I'm discussing on my channel, on my website, and all of my offerings center around getting your money better and creating different ways to bring in additional money from a passive perspective without you trading your time for it, so that you can continue to live your best life or start living your best life if you feel you're not doing it with the support of financial independence. So today's live, I'm going to talk about a few strategies that I use that help me to spend less and invest more, because my goal is to retire early. I don't want to work for the rest of my life. I don't even want to work for the next 30 years. So the way that I spend my money is very strategic, and what I spend it on is very strategic. So again, on this live, I will talk about 5 different things that I'm doing that has been working for me, that helps me to accomplish my goals, my wealth goals, without, sacrificing the things that I love, which is mostly experiences and resting. And that includes traveling. So let's get into it. So the number one strategy that has really helped me is to really get clear on my why, and understand, like, where do I want to be 10 years from now, 5 years from now, even this time next year. And the one thing that is consistent, if you watch any of my videos, is that I am always talking about hashtag retire early, hashtag make work optional. And I have structured my life and my finances to actually reflect that. So after I pay my bills and I pay the Lord and I pay myself, I then have money left over to invest. And a lot of those investments are geared towards the things that I desire, which is, again, making work optional, living abroad, while working, and ultimately leaving my 9 to 5 so that I can work full time in my business, which is Maximize Money. So the way that I'm structuring my money and spending my money supports that overall arching goal. And I have broken it down by quarters, I've broken it down by years, and I have big audacious goals that may take decades, but they help me to determine, okay, I really want to do this, but if I do this, I can't do that. And it makes it easier for me to make the best sound decision financially by understanding, like, okay, girl, if you do this, that means it's going to take you longer to get this. And I don't want that. I want to be able to speed. I don't want to speed, but like, I want to be able to accomplish these goals sooner rather than later. Now, if something happens and I can't accomplish them, I don't want it to be on my doing. I want it to be like, okay, God felt like I wasn't ready, or like whatever happened, but like, I don't want to be my own bottleneck. So writing your vision down for what you desire for your life will help you to understand financially where you want to be. And like I said, I want to be location independent. I don't want to have to be stuck working in the US. Like, I want to work for myself, which means that I have more time to do the things that I love, which is help people improve their relationships with their money and start investing for their dream lives. And all that I do from a time perspective and a financial perspective, not all, but 70% of what I do actually supports that overarching goal of making work optional and being able to work for myself full time across the globe, because I'm not unique to the US. I want to live in many different places. So that is number one, is to get clear on your why. For you, it could be your family, setting your kids up for success. It could be buying your first home, or it could be as simple as just having more money to do the things that you love, which is, passive income, which is what I subscribe to as well. So get clear on your why, because it'll help you to direct your steps in a more effective way. Number 2 is to share with the people that you love and trust what you want to accomplish. So if we're thinking about goals, if I think back to one of my major goals, which was to pay off my student loans, which I did, I have a whole video on my YouTube about that experience. I had to move back home to reduce the amount of money that I was spending in rent And once I did that, before I did that, actually, I connected with my family, my friends, and I was like, hey, this is what I want to do. You may think I'm coming home to foo la la, but like, no, my bigger goal is this. And I want you to know this so that you can support me in whatever capacity you have. I'm not asking for money, but I want you to be cognizant of what my goals are and create environments that encourage me to actually accomplish them. So sometimes that meant, I'm at home on a Friday night when I'd rather be out at the bar. Sometimes that means my friends are like, hey, girl, we ain't seen you in a couple of weeks. Come have dinner on us. We'll treat you, like because they knew of my goals. So they did what they could do within their, feasible realm to actually support me. Now, did I ask for that? No. All I asked for was emotional support and somebody to complain to whenever I wanted to just book a flight and go somewhere. So letting people know that you love and trust will make sure that you actually accomplish that goal. And even when you feel like giving up, which I wanted to do many times, they will keep you on the right path so that you don't give up and that you actually accomplish it. And for me, I had over $70,000 in student loans and I gave myself 2 years to pay it off. But with the support of my family and lots of prayer, I accomplished it in around 18 months. So having the right people in your circle and in your community will help. So be sure to share with them the goals that you have, whether it's paying off your student loans, buying a house, whatever it is financially that you want to improve, because the right people will support you and they'll encourage you, and they may even chip in and treat you a little more knowing that you have bigger goals. Now that ain't no guarantee. I got some good people around me, but it's better to share it with people instead of just trying to keep it in your back pocket, because then they may feel like you are distancing yourself, and you have to be honest about like why you're doing that. It's not a negative thing. It's because I want to accomplish this thing. And if I don't laser focus in on it, then it won't happen. So that's point 2, is to let people know what you're doing and share with them how they can support you, or let them share with you how they want to support you. Point 3 is to set a fund budget and stick to it. So when I was actually paying off those student loans, I put myself on a fund money budget. I actually need to be bringing that back. And what that is, and I got that tip from the Budgetnista. If you are familiar with her, Tiffany Aliche, thebudgetnista.com, game changer. Like, she really helped me get my life together financially. So I would set aside $200 from every single check that I was making back then. And that was my fund money. So I even moved that money from my checking account, which is where my direct deposits hit, and I put it in a completely separate account. And I had about $400 every month to play around with. Sometimes I spent that in one weekend. Sometimes I had a little left over, but when it was gone, it was gone. And again, that goes back to point 2, which is communicating with the people around me that I love and trust, and letting them know, hey, girl, the fun money is gone. Hey, boo, the fun money is gone. I'll see you next week. I'll see you in 2 weeks. And that meant that I was at home. So, like, getting strict with how you spend your money, because my goals back then were 2 things. I was paying off my student loans and saving for my first home, because the whole point of me paying it off was because I couldn't get the home that I wanted when I was living in the DC area. So I was like, I'm not about to spend $100 at the bar in one night when I could be using that and paying off my principal balance of this student loan. So, like, setting your budget and sticking to it. And I don't think you have to have an account. I've since, I still have that account, and maybe I do need to use it, like I said, because I've been outside a little too much lately. Like, look at my hair. I did it myself. Yeah, I think it's so cute. But anyway, I'm learning to say no to things that are temporary, and getting crystal clear on the things that I absolutely must do, and setting aside money to do that. So since then, like I said, I don't have the fun money account, but I do use my travel credit card for a lot of the entertainment that I'm partaking in. So that can be, restaurants, eating out, travel, because I earn points with that card. So, like, I found different ways to support the things that I enjoy doing, which is traveling and new experiences, but still stick to my budget. Like, I still have that $200 a month budget. Am I always hitting it? No. Sometimes I surpass it depending on what month it is, especially my birthday. My birthday's coming up. Like, I'm really about to sit down for July, because August, we outside for real, for real. And when I say outside, I mean overseas, like not in in my local city. No, we outside and overseas. So like, because I know that that's happening and I have a lot planned, I'm more cognizant of what I'm spending the months leading up to, so that money ain't a thing when it comes to birthday season. And so have your budget, set a fun budget, and make it realistic. Don't say like $50 a month. Like, we're not kids. Like, we like to eat. Well, I don't know about y'all, but I like to eat and I like to enjoy my life, but I also know that my goals supersede saying yes to every single thing. So set a fun budget and stick to it. Number 4 is creating more luxury experiences at home or for free. And I have a whole video coming up on this, because not everybody, a lot of people feel like you have to do fine dining all the time to have luxury. You have to be at the spa all the time. You have to do first class. Like, that's just not realistic for every single person. And I do pretty well, but it still is not realistic for me all the time. Like, I have to space things out. I've never flown first class, and I would love to fly first class. Like, when I do, it's gonna be worth it. Like, I'm going to Bali. This isn't true, but like, the example I'm giving is like, I need to be traveling long distances to make this first class situation work. Like, it need to be 18, 20 plus hours, because then it's like, yes, let me lay down, give me all the champagne. Until then, girl, this 5-hour flight don't need no first class for me. So create more luxury experiences at home or for free. So some of the things that I've done is I've hosted a girls' day in. Like, I've invited my friends over, because I also don't like driving. So it's like, hey y'all, I'm a cook, just bring something to drink and we'll make cocktails. So we each made our own cocktail, and we was nice and toasty. Okay. Other examples of things that we've done, we've had picnics in the park, obviously weather dependent, but like, everybody brought like a bottle of champagne or made like a little charcuterie board. We had games, music, like just fun stuff. Like, I love being outside and doing different things. I've also used Groupon to find, the things that I do deserve and enjoy, which are spa days. I haven't been on one lately, which is crazy. Like, I'm gonna have to go on there after this and see if I find something. But like, usually the spa deals are like 50% off, 60% off. I'm a big fan of Korean spas, and there's one in my city that usually is always on there. And they have a day, fee, and then they have services fee. Usually the services aren't on there. You'll have to pay for those full price, unfortunately, but you can find a day pass. Let's say the day pass is usually $40 regular price. They may have a deal on Groupon for $20. So I'm saving, and I'm likely eating before, because I'm planning on being there all day. So like, just finding small ways to still enjoy your life, and using, again, sites like Living Social, Groupon. Like, don't sleep or sleep so that I can get the deals, but I'm trying to not be a gatekeeper out here. So if you like different ideas and experiences, like, I can't emphasize Groupon enough. I can't emphasize Gold Star. If you like concerts, my mom's a big concert girl. Like, she is quick to find a coupon code or a deal on Gold Star for us. Yeah. So, create those luxury experiences. Some of them can be low cost, some of them can be free. But you still want to enjoy your life. Like, I just don't feel like everything should be goals, 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 because then you're gonna look up, or worst case scenario, you don't reach the goal, or something life altering's happen, and you are shoulda, coulda, woulda, and that's just not what I want for you. That's not what I want for me. So that's point 4. And then the last point is, which should have been higher up on the list. This is in no particular order, but the last point is to automate your investments so that you don't even see the money. So when I was starting off, like, I had a lot of my stuff going into 2 main accounts, my checking and my savings. And I just realized commingling all these things is not beneficial to what I'm looking to do. Like, I'm not able to understand what's happening and what I want to happen, because everything is commingled. So again, plug to the budgetista. Like, she was like, listen, I had to create multiple accounts and assign them responsibilities. And when she broke down those accounts, because she also paid off her debt, she bought a house in cash. Now, that ain't my ministry. I'm not buying no house in cash. But she bought a house in cash. Like, she is the GOAT when it comes to personal finance. And I'm good at it too, but like, she's up there. Like, she's an inspiration for me. And when she broke down how her accounts were structured when it came to her reaching a lot of these financial goals, I was like, bet, like, that ain't no problem. So I set up all of my accounts in similar ways. I had this fund money account, which I've already discussed. I had my checking account, which handled all of my bills, and that was where my direct deposit hit. So like I had minimal bills because I moved back home with my family, but that's where, my student loan payments were. That's where I paid my mom rent. Like I paid for my gas, like stuff that I couldn't get around. And then my savings was my account for saving for my home. And then I had a few other accounts that I won't go into, but like just understanding how to break them down in that way really helped me to reach the goal more effectively. And that probably expedited the process, because if I look at my account and I got $2,000 and my friends want to go out, I'm probably going to spend it. But no, I need to know that like 1,000 of that needs to go to my student loans. 500 of that needed to go to my mom. And then the rest of that is just food and groceries. Shout out before you know it, $2,000 is gone. So that's why it was just helpful for me to break up my accounts in different ways so that I can see what was going on. So I prioritize my bills. I prioritize saving for my house. I prioritize paying off my debts. Now my priorities are, number one, paying myself first, and I use my high yield savings account for that, because it has a higher yield. Number two is paying my bills. And that's kind of in line with investments because both of them are important, but bills take a slighter edge because baby, I don't want to be investing in REITs with no house. Okay. I need a roof over my head. So it's usually myself paying my high yield savings account. 2 is paying my bills. 3 is paying my investments, and anything that's left over is, my fund money. And it's usually not a lot, but that's fine because the top 3 things are covered. God forbid I lose my job. God forbid, I don't have a roof over my head. Like that ain't how I'm gonna talk to y'all. That's just not gonna work. So a few ways that I did that is, again, getting clear on my priorities and where the money is going, readjusting my budget. And I do that with every paycheck. I have a whole video on what I do with each check on my YouTube channel. Creating these different accounts. They still exist actually for me. I'm not using the fun money one as much, but I am using 2 separate checking accounts. I use my travel credit card for any experiences based things. And then I use another credit card for like gas and stuff because it's a cashback card. Like I have goals associated with how I spend my money. And I adjusted my take home pay. So in order for me to automate those investments that go to my high yield savings account, which go to my REITs account, and which go to my health savings account for my index funds, like I wanted to not even see the money. Because yes, that means I'm taking home less in my check, but I know that whatever is left, all I got to do is pay my bills and the rest is mine. So if you need advice on like how to actually apply these to your life, or how to create your own strategy to spend less and invest more, I did put a link in the chat for my Ask Me Anything, which is a 60-minute session where it's just you and I, and we talk about your personal finances. So if you want to pay off debt, we can discuss that. If you want to save for a house, we discuss that. If you want to start investing for passive income, we discuss that. If you want to even understand what passive incomes are conducive to your lifestyle, we discuss that. Like ultimately, like whatever you want to discuss, like we can cover that. And I really enjoy these because a lot of people have specific questions that they'll include on my videos. And a lot of it is so personal that I just can't even put a full video out there for it. Like an example is my Fundrise account. Like I cannot put all of my PII, you could tell I work for the government, my personal identifiable information on the World Wide Web. Like some stuff I just have to show you one-on-one. And that's the beauty of, these one-on-one sessions that I have. So the link is in the chat. It's only $50. Like my goal is to help you create your dream life and do so through financial independence. So if you have been feeling stuck, if you don't know where to start, or if you have something going on and you want to make it better, like I'm here to help you and help you accomplish your goals. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you all for joining these lives and commenting and sharing. Like my page has been increasing in engagement, and I'm just so thankful that these things are resonating with you. And if you have any questions, again, the link is in the chat. If you have any new topic ideas that you want me to cover, again, there's only so much I can share from a personal perspective because this is my money that I'm talking about. Like, I can't be putting out everything that I have because some folks are crazy, you know. So anything that's just very personal, like the one-on-one session, would be great. But if you have general topics that you just want to learn more about, I'm happy to cover those on my channel. So have a great Friday, Freedom Fridays. I love these. This is my last live for the month because next Friday I got life to live. Okay. But depending on what you guys say, I might bring these back in July. So let me know. But either way, have a great weekend. Get some rest. Do something that brings your soul joy. And I will see you. I don't know when I'm gonna see y'all, but y'all gonna get a video next Wednesday. Okay. It's pre-recorded, but it's a video nonetheless. And it's a good one. So see you then.